Everyone who volunteers for Living Beyond Breast Cancer feels a connection to our mission. And many of the women who are involved have had breast cancer themselves. Many of the men have had women in their lives who have had breast cancer. But really, there are a lot of people who are involved just because they care.
My name is Andrea Pedano, and I was diagnosed with breast cancer when I was 34.
I'm Andi Morris, and I was 37 years old when I was diagnosed with breast cancer about 5.5 years ago.
My name is Sis Golder, and I've been diagnosed with breast cancer 3 times. First time was in 1988, second time was in 1994, and the third time was in 2001.
My name is Valerie Block, and I was first diagnosed with breast cancer in 1995, and I was 43 years old.
I was very, very shocked. It was at 34 to kind of be at the top of the pinnacle of your life, and all of a sudden it's like, oh my God, I have breast cancer.
Everybody says this can't be happening to me. It always happens to the other guy. It's never going to happen to me. I remember that the first thing I said to the doctor after that was, okay, now when can I get back to the rest of my life?
There's a period of initial shock, and then feeling very sorry for yourself and depressed and scared and worried and thinking that you're not going to be around to see your children grow up.
Initially, I thought about my mother who had passed away from ovarian cancer, and then I also thought about my Aunt Debbie, who is today a 14-year breast cancer survivor, and really wanted to conquer this. I mean, this was going to be my biggest feat.
I started Living Beyond Breast Cancer because I realized that the whole point of finding breast cancer early when it's most curable and treating it effectively is to give women life after their treatment is finished. And I could see so many women sort of stumbling at that point. Our goal was really to help women live as long as possible with the best quality of life. And that became our mission. In addition to that, we like to say that we really want to be part of helping them rediscover the pleasure of living as well as the meaning of living.
When I was diagnosed, I really wanted to talk to some other women my age about what it's like to have breast cancer, what it's like to go through chemo and radiation.
When I first got involved with Living Beyond Breast Cancer, it was great to be involved in the young survivors. There were just so many women under 40 going through breast cancer that just really had nowhere to turn to.
I felt that it would be worthwhile to go to a conference a year after I had gone through all of my treatment. And so I did, and I found the conference to be an amazing experience. But most importantly, it was just really gazing out on that room and seeing all those other women and saying, all of these people are surviving, and I can too.
My daughter, who is involved in communications, invited me to come to an event at Neiman Marcus. And actually, it was Marisa Weiss, who was speaking that evening, who so impressed me that I decided I really wanted to become involved with Marisa and with this wonderful organization.
It's just amazing. It's a great group of women. It was a sisterhood. We shared so many intimate and personal thoughts. We laughed together, we cried, and I still keep in touch with the people today, and this is 5.5 years later.
Well, all along the way, Living Beyond Breast Cancer has been a volunteer-run organization. Also, it's very inspiring to us to have the chance to work with so many committed people that do this out of their commitment, out of their love, and out of their strong sense of community, really giving back and making a difference for the next person who comes along.
I wanted to become an active volunteer for my own personal need to be surrounded by women who are going through this, who have gone through this. So I decided to try to collect some resources and put together a space where young women could come. And in January of '96, we held the first Young Survivors support group.
I met Marisa Weiss for the first time at Neiman Marcus. And about 3 months later, I got a telephone call, and the person at the other end said, "Hi sis, this is Marisa Weiss. Would you be the chairman of our gala next year?" And I about fell off the telephone. And I said to Marisa, "You don't know anything about me. How can you ask me to do this?" And she said, "I know everything about you. I'll call you back in a couple of days." And of course I said yes. And I was the chairman of the gala that year and the following year also. And this year, my daughter is one of the chairmen of the gala.
I found out about Living Beyond Breast Cancer because I live in Narberth, and the original location of LBBC was in Narberth. I just wandered in and I said, you know, I'd like to help some way. How can I help? And then I went through the helpline training and I'm helping. Whenever they needed somebody to go and sit at a shopping mall or work at a conference, I also volunteered for those events as well.
Chairing the gala for LBBC in 2000 was a great experience. I got to meet a lot of new people, and it was amazing to me how generous the community could be when you told them it was for breast cancer. Just about everyone I knew has been touched by someone that they know with breast cancer, and they really want to fight this awful disease.
It's amazing to think that Living Beyond Breast Cancer is now 10 years old, that it did kind of fly by because we've been so busy working to accomplish the mission. I'm very proud of the fact that we've gotten so much done and that we've really developed a whole level of awareness that wasn't there before. We could not accomplish any of our good work alone, that it really can only happen by working together as a team and together with all the friends out there who really care about what we're doing, who want to be part of making it happen, who bring their ideas forward and their time and energy and roll up their sleeves to make it happen.
It's really helped me a lot by being involved in breast cancer and helping other people. I mean, I know that by making a positive difference in other people's lives has really helped me.
You know, there's life after breast cancer, and you must be optimistic, and you must believe that you will get well and continue on with the rest of your life and get back to it as soon as you possibly can and become involved with Living Beyond Breast Cancer. It's a wonderful organization that does all kinds of wonderful things.
To me, working on the helpline is really a really positive experience in my life because I know that I'm helping out, but I also know that in a way it's helping me. So I'm happy that LBBC operates the helpline, and I wish more people knew about it and would call in when they really need to have somebody to talk to, because everybody who works on that helpline is really dedicated to doing the best job they can as a volunteer.
Even though for me it's been 6 years, that diagnosis never goes away and it never leaves my mind. And I know that when I need some support, there's always a place that I can go to get that.
Ultimately, my hope is, of course, that all women will be living beyond breast cancer, that no one's lives should be taken by this disease, and that our organization will be all about helping these women through their whole lives, at different points in their lives. And so my hope is that we can develop a sort of broad range of programs with a big reach, so that, again, wherever they are, in whatever way they want it, at whatever time of day or night, that they have access to information that can make a real difference.